Welcome to RP's, your Comfort Craftsman Learning Center. This channel and this video is dedicated to answering your questions about heating, cooling, and plumbing.
Your Comfort Craftsman, RPs.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Ruby and I'm here with Jeff Johnson, our expert from RP's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing, to talk about one question that we get a lot from homeowners. And that question is around venting a high efficient furnace through the chimney.
Right.
So there's no additional holes that are cut. And can you use an existing chimney?
So this is a question we do get, but it's a very difficult question to answer. Yes, you can, but there are a lot of scenarios that won't allow us to do it. So the very first and foremost thing to consider is, do you have an atmospheric hot water tank? If you're replacing a low or mid-efficient furnace and you have an atmospheric hot water tank, and you will not be able to vent these pipes up through your existing chimney. The reason for that is because your atmospheric tank needs to now vent through that chimney. It needs to continue venting through that chimney, and these pipes now need to go somewhere else. These pipes here, they condensate. Well, the exhaust condensates, and therefore you can't just go right out through the chimney when you still have an atmospheric hot water tank. One of the other issues that we run into when trying to go up through the chimney is if the chimney is not perfectly straight. If the chimney now has some offsets in it, the only way that we can now vent that is to probably start, cutting holes through your house, and most people don't want us to do that on their main floor and their top floor to try to access that chimney to get it through there. And the other thing to consider is that if you do want to go up to the chimney and you have an atmospheric hot water tank, you now need to upgrade your existing hot water tank to a you'll need to upgrade your existing hot water tank from an atmospheric hot water tank to a power vent hot water tank, so that you can now take away that exhaust
from the chimney
of that hot water.
So Jeff, what is another thing that a homeowner would need to know about chimney liners in terms of an installation such as the one behind us?
So I would say in probably 95% of furnace installations, you will need to line your pre-existing chimney with a liner. The reason for this is if you have an atmospheric hot water tank, we now need to take your, let's say for example, if you had a chimney that was 6 inches, we now need to take that down to a different pipe size. The reason for that is you're now taking less heat. Your furnace and your hot water tank are now not going through the chimney anymore. Now it might be only your hot water tank that's going through that chimney now. So we need to take that size and bring it down. And the reason for that is we need that heat. We need to basically keep it warm, keep it hot, so it's going all the way up through the roof and out the chimney. The last thing we want is anything coming back into the house and coming into the house.
So will that affect the quote?
No, so the chimney liner is included in all of these quotes for us specifically. There are some complications sometimes with chimney liners. I would say in maybe 5% of cases, we do run into some chimneys, some pre-existing chimneys that unfortunately we can't see into the chimney before we come to the house. So sometimes the chimney has offsets in it that we don't know about, and sometimes the original installers put really long screws throughout the chimney, which technically isn't correct, and that prevents us sometimes from getting that liner down into the basement like we need to. So when we do run into that scenario, we have to bring the project manager back in and have a talk with the homeowner and make sure it's getting done right and getting done to code.
So what happens when there is an offset? Like, what are the other options that a homeowner would have if there's an offset or if there's screws that is not giving you the ability to put the chimney liner in?
So we always try and get it down, even when there is screws, even when there is offsets. You've already paid for this service. We're gonna try as hard as we can to get that down. Unfortunately, some of the options after that are cutting into your house, cutting into your walls, and finding where that offset is, disconnecting that offset, and seeing if we can now get it down through after we take those pieces apart. Some of the other options, again, unfortunately, are you may have to now upgrade your hot water tank to a high efficiency hot water tank so that we don't have to go through the chimney at all. Always try and take care of you and do the best we can, but unfortunately there's some unforeseen circumstances that I wish we could see into walls and into pipes, but unfortunately we can't.
So we hope that was helpful to answer any of your questions. If there's a comment bar below, leave us your comments and let us know if we were able to answer any of your questions around heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. We can also be found online at rps.com, so feel free to request a quote or give us a call. Thanks for tuning in.
Fast. Comfort disaster? No one is faster.
Your